Hello, welcome to the Fuck Fentanyl podcast. My name is Luis Romero. I'm the Fuck Fentanyl guy. Right here, we got a real special follow-up episode. I got my homeboy Chad here. How you doing, dude?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Good to see you.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Good to see you, man.
Super stoked for this. Well, I actually was thinking about before we when I was on my way over here about how I met you. You know, my best friend died. I was just going to meetings. I would go to the one in PB, the one that I met you at, and I would go to other ones as well.
Yeah.
And when I went to the PB one, I see you, but I was still kind of just kind of to myself and stuff. But when I heard you lead at that meeting, I was like, wow, like that was like the first lead that I was like, I 100% relate to this guy. You know what I mean? Like it resonated so much with me.
That's so cool.
And and
I knew that part. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I gotta say something to him, And you became like one of my really good friends, and really, really awesome, and totally look up to you. And it was really cool, to start a friendship with you and to see where you're at right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to just talk about where you grew up, dude?
Yeah. So I grew up in North County, San Diego.
Yeah.
Oceanside.
That's right.
I got kicked out of a couple school districts, so I had to bounce back and forth from Oceanside to Carlsbad. But yeah, I grew up over in Oceanside, and in a nutshell, I'm 47, so back then we had a lot of active neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And it was I grew up over on the east side in Posole.
Oh yeah.
And lots of there wasn't a lot of money in the neighborhood. My household it wasn't really that stable, but my parents did the best they could with what they had to work with.
For sure.
Looking back, I can say that,
Right.
But there was always meth in the house. There was always methamphetamine. So that and like marijuana seemed to be this normal thing to me growing up. That's my earliest memories. I just breezed through my drug history. I was actually one of those guys that did methamphetamine first.
No shit.
Before I tried alcohol, or maybe I had a sip of alcohol somewhere.
Right.
But I remember meth being before weed for sure.
That was your first one.
Yeah. I stole it from my parents, and how do we do this?
Right.
But instantly, it had me. Instantly, it had me. And a lot of people in my neighborhood, we were all experimenting with weed, alcohol.
Sure.
I had hobbies. I had things I liked, skateboarding and skateboarding. I like to skate. I like to skate a lot, but untreated drug addiction. Looking back, I can see how it had a hold of me because it like took me away from a lot of things that I like to pretty much do. But it was also my norm. I'm a 10th grade dropout I'm a 10th grade dropout with 9th grade credits.
Oh, I see.
And I lied about having a GED for so many years that I didn't even know if I even really had one.
No shit.
I wound up getting one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, my growing up, I had some tragedies happen. My sister overdosed next to me on cocaine when I was 16.
Oh.
When I was 15, and my dad perished because of a drug-related car thing when I was the following year. So my house was really dark. Just for sure, the energy was really low there.
Oh, for sure.
I never wanted to be there anymore. But all my friends wanted to come over.
Yeah.
Right. And I met someone a few years older when I was a teenager, like 16 and a half, maybe almost 17. We wound up having a kid. So I thought having a kid would like save the day.
Oh, for sure.
I thought, okay, cool. And by that time, I had done heroin a few times, but didn't have steady access to it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much meth, a lot of meth.
I see.
Yeah. And then having a kid that, you know, that with untreated drug addiction,
Right.
I mean, I had a job, but I grew up with a lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
But survival things like shoplifting. God, it is when I look back, it feels like I was such a bad person, but I was just playing the hand that I was dealt.
Right.
You know, drug when my daughter was one, I got into trouble. I shot somebody, and I went away for almost 5 years.
Okay.
Straight. And when I came back, my daughter was gone. My daughter's mom was gone. And you know, I don't know if that time, maybe I thought, okay, I'll try just like drinking.
Yeah, right.
You know,
The normal person.
like the American dream. I'm
Right.
just gonna drink and maybe smoke some bud. I don't even like weed, by the way.
Yeah, right.
No.
But yeah.
But I was like, and then I'll just work and just be a normal person. But I didn't know that I had untreated alcoholism, untreated drug addiction. I had no idea about the allergy, no idea about the obsession, no idea about how it takes over.
Yeah.
And the next 15 years, man, was just me trying to have other substances be a part of my life in any capacity, because I couldn't imagine a life without being on something. I would see high school friends of mine that had dabbled back when I was dabbling, and then here they are, so, you know, super successful,
Right. Doing it.
and I was like, man, how do they do it, you know?
Right.
But looking back, I can see that I blamed a lot of things, but never myself.
Sure.
I blamed parole. I blamed just my circumstances. I mean, every time that I would go to prison, there would be a new president. You know, so
Right.
I'd have all these gaps where I missed life. You know,
For sure.
but then you would think that a normal person would like get out and like be like, okay, I'm never doing that drug again.
Mhm.
I'm never doing heroin again. Sure. Never, you know, never. But it was, but I had this disease, you know, and my obsession's real and it's progressive.
Yeah.
So, the last, you know, I tried to make it work, but it would only last for less than a week. You know, I always gave myself these like rules of like, okay, I just got out. I'm going to get high, but not 3 days in a row. So I'm not strung out,
Right.
you know, and it would always turn into me wind up being a drug dealer. It would always turn into that because I never wanted to pay for it. I always wanted to have it. I always had to have it.
Right.
And every relationship that I had from there on out was just drug related.
Yeah.
And it's like my life spiraled and I had no idea. I had no idea. I had no idea how my life was going to turn out and if it was even going to be okay.
Right.
You know, which is one of the reasons. So a few prison terms,
Yeah.
one federal one,
Yeah.
over a text message, and like because I wouldn't tell, so they figured, so they gave me time. But see, there I go again, like blaming the system,
Right. Yeah.
blaming the system,
Right.
you know, and when at the end of the day, it all falls on me and my decisions. I didn't have a solution. My solution was some other form of drug, some else that I wouldn't, you know.
Yeah.
And it always turned into heroin. It always quickly.
Right. Bad.
So, over all the years, I mean, the first time that I scored heroin, it was off of a payphone. So I've been doing heroin for a long time.
It's nice, dude.
You know, when I found Heroin Anonymous,
Yeah.
you know, I had, I don't know, a couple months clean. I was 40 years old back in 2018. And I mean, I was aware of like Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics, and all the programs, all those, all the A's, you know. Um, I liked them all, you know.
Yeah.
But when I heard about that meeting, I was like, I have to be there.
Yeah.
It has the word heroin.
Same here, dude.
I belong there, you know. and like, but through this journey, you know, I want to go back to my last day.
Sure.
This last day using when I was 40 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it was terrible. I had bail enforcement get me in like the middle of the night. I had a gun in my face. I still collided with them and I ran, and they got me because I had no energy to run. And they kicked me in the mouth, knocking out 3 of my teeth. Well, yeah, because of some other shit. They saw me walking around the neighborhood with a chainsaw.
Oh,
I thought, because I knew that there was cops in my parking lot. I just didn't want them running up on me.
Yeah.
But I had to sell the sack.
Yeah.
So I had this unstarted chainsaw with me
Really.
in the middle of the night. I was like, what am I doing, right? And
Right.
that was my best thinking. I thought I was brilliant, you know?
Absolutely. You stay prepared.
You know, so they finally got me, and it was at that moment where the courts gave me a chance at a program. The years had the system had changed enough to where they were offering everybody a program.
Yeah.
You know, and that was always one of my blame game things too. It was like, Earth has never helped me out, but it's like when I get out, I never help myself.
Right.
You know,
Went right back to it.
yeah. So I did that, and went to a program, and it was like a week and a half in where a day went by where I didn't think about getting high. It was the weirdest thing.
Wow.
And I had never experienced that.
Oh, shit.
Every day in prison, I'm thinking about how to get the next fix.
Right.
Every day out here, I was thinking about how to always have a fix, you know?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And a day went by, right? And I think that was the first miracle that I ever had, you know?
Lost the obsession.
Yeah, for a day, you know?
For a
I was like, wow, I went to bed that night going, I didn't think about getting high all day.
Yeah.
You know? And I had to go to 2 meetings that day, and I'm surrounded by like people. I had the powers that be. I can look back now and like just see evidence of like my higher power putting people in my life and also removing people from my life.
Yeah.
You know? And I saw everybody around me working a program, and here I am. I was just going to meetings, being a newcomer,
Sure.
doing a newcomer things, and
Yeah.
and like putting things in front of my recovery, missing meetings because of this person, whatever, you know. And it got to a point where like life got real, because now my program's done. I have to go to a sober living. What do I do?
Right.
Big decision.
Gets real.
And I'm like, okay, by then I had a sponsor that I had felt out. Okay, we can do some business. We could talk, you know. And he brought me through the steps. Now I can tell you that I had no idea how this was going to work.
Sure.
Or anything. But for 5 years, I always had a commitment. It took me a year and a half to start sponsoring people, because I was like, I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, like what?
Right.
But when we share enough and we work on ourselves enough, we, you know, people will come up to us and like be like, hey man, like I need a sponsor. And it's just like I said, the powers that be will put people in your life and they'll remove people from your life, you know?
Right.
Sponsoring people became a high.
Yeah.
I was, that really is where my life started to get a lot better. Through time, I got all the external things, you know, the car, the girlfriend, the place, the cool job, you know. But in between jobs on the journey, you know, I was hit with a lot of fear. I mean, remember, I hadn't lived a normal life.
Yeah, no, it's true.
At all till I was 40 years old.
Right.
Like at all.
I was
Like, you know, so it's like going to the DMV was frightening.
right.
Going to the dentist
Right.
was terrifying because like they had to do a lot of dental work on me. A lot. And I remember, you know, because like the cops kicked out a few of my teeth.
Yeah.
I remember I'd have a bunch of other dental work done, and they gave me the fucking script for Norcos.
Seriously.
And I'm like, thank you. And I walked out, and I think I had a year almost by then. And I was like, I had this script, and my feet had already started walking in the direction of where the CVS was. Oh, it was over in Escondido.
Right.
I knew exactly where to go. and I'm like, and I happened to, and this is 2019. My higher power had me text this question on Punk Rock Recovery on the Facebook group.
Really?
Hey,
Okay.
I'm about to get a script, but I just had all this dental work done. My face was like out to here.
Yeah.
I was like, I formulated the question
Yeah.
to where like, I should take these, right?
Yeah.
Like
You
not,
speak that.
not like, should I take these? Or like, what would you do? But just like, hey, I should, and I'll never forget it. A bunch of people commented, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking for the one comment that said, totally, take them, you know?
Right.
But
The validation.
I just needed one.
Just one guy.
One.
99 knows, but just one yes.
No way, Chad. We know you, you know? And then my childhood friend had like a message on there. Chad, you don't need that. You sat in prison with like a broken leg, a broken arm, other things, and they didn't give me nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Wow. Damn.
I'm like, man, you know? So I'll never forget. I spun around, and back then I was taking a bus. I hadn't gotten a vehicle yet. And I just walked. Then I looked at my clock and I walked faster. Made it to the thing, made it back. And I sat in a bed going, why am I suffering right now? But I hadn't really finished my steps. I didn't even tell my sponsor yet.
Right.
I had all these.
Right.
Now, dude, that's a secret, you know? And dude, that secret kept me sick for a couple of days. They called me in for a follow-up, and I'm like, I gotta get these fucking pills.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have it coming, you know? But like, I didn't get them. And then, but just fast forward, that was just one little thing. Life is
Right.
giving me relationships, friendships, lots of things that I have never dealt with clean.
Sure.
So it's like for me, it's in the rooms that have helped give me a life.
Absolutely.
Connecting with people, you know, trying to be as like transparent as I can in my shares when I'm going through something, telling on myself.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a second for me to tell on myself, but back then it did. Now it's super fluent because I know that like that's where the freedom is.
Absolutely.
You know, I know that I can call you
Right.
whenever. You always answer, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I could ask you anything man to man, and dude, you'll give me some golden advice, you know? Because my disease wants to hide. It might know some of the answers, but it wants to justify, manipulate, twist up, warp perhaps things so that, you know, it can get me in that spot where eventually I'll just go, I could have a drink.
Absolutely.
Now fast forward, you know, to 5 years, I went through a few triple headers. My son's mom died. Right after I saw her, you know, I made a mistake. You know, it wasn't why she died, but I just feel guilty for like my part, like, or is like, just like, should I have done things differently?
Sure.
Right. Handling getting her to the hospital, you know, and like all this and that. And and then things with my relationship. My disease had me, although I hadn't used,
Mhm.
I was just cutting corners at work,
Right.
overbilling some clients, getting some money.
I see. Like the behaviors.
The behaviors,
Right.
the little passes
Yes.
that I would give myself, like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Who cares? But like there was this domino effect happening. And then when something big happened, boom, I'm like, well, you know what? And it's so funny because like God has me in like AA. That's what my sponsors me out of. That's the work that I do.
Yeah.
I have done the NA work though too.
Sure.
And but it's like alcohol, if you've noticed, hasn't really been a part of my story.
No, it hasn't. No.
I mean, it really isn't all. The only place where alcohol has a place in my story is when I had a bunch of warrants and my then girlfriend and her brother said, "We got to get out of here. Let's go up to Washington." And so I tried kicking by drinking Jack Daniels all the way up to the West Coast on the I-5 in a Ford Ranger. I robbed a fucking Taco Bell. I'm not gonna say the town.
Yeah.
But because I left here with a 9mm, one pair of cutoff Dickies, a half pound of crappy weed, and at 3 pounds of fake shrooms.
God.
Like
the essentials.
And a skateboard that I never used.
Right.
And yeah, we just committed. I got in a lot of trouble in Oregon and in Washington. I'll just bypass that whole part right now.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's only alcohol. I had
Alcohol wasn't a problem for you.
alcohol is not a problem. Right?
Yeah.
Busted. But I relapsed after 5 years because I thought that I could have one little drink. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I know about the allergy. I know what this disease does, but I thought I'm 240 something pounds. What's this gonna do?
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
I've done shots of heroin bigger than that.
Same.
What's this little bit, and I fucking got one and I didn't feel the way that I wanted to feel. So I got 2 more. And I thought, okay, no one's got to know about this. I'm fucking gonna go to work. I feel a little better.
Right.
I took the edge off.
Right.
And then my sponsee calls me out of nowhere, and it's like everything that comes out of my mouth now, I'm a liar.
Right.
I just relapsed, and no one knows.
Right.
So here's another secret,
Yeah.
And then, but the secret got blown out of the water anyways within a few hours, because within 3 hours, that allergy had me pick up everything.
No shit.
I had everything within 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, I finally got to feel the way that I want to feel. Tomorrow, I'm all good, but I saved some for the morning like a real addict,
Right.
And I tried to manage my job because I still had all the things, right? I tried to manage my job. I tried to manage this and that, but they all started to crumble quick.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, all the justification, well, I had the money. Why don't I just get this amount? And that way I don't gotta, I can just focus on my job, and it just doesn't work that way.
No.
Plus, working underwater on drugs,
Yeah.
it doesn't work for me.
I was scared seeing you on your videos. I was like, I hope he doesn't drown.
I was waking up underneath boats, like sucking on 2 hours worth of air, oh. But yeah, but in that journey, like I met a bunch of cool people. I met you.
Yeah.
I remember when I first met you,
Yeah.
you were taking 9 years.
8 years, yeah. I was.
You were taking 9 years. And I was like, who is this guy, man? Right. But like the more and more that you talked, I liked the way that you honored your friend.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a real homeboy right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like this guy right here, man, And now getting back here after a relapse. So my relapse lasted a little over a year.
I remember.
And I tried to get clean twice. I went to a detox twice.
Yeah.
And both times I held on to this one crime. I'm like, okay, you know what? I know how to do this one lick wherever I go.
Mhm.
And like it'll, I'll be able to get back on my feet, because by then I had lost my job, lost my place, lost my car, lost the next car, lost this other truck. God was trying to derail me so many times.
Right. All the
Like
signs.
the impossible shit was going wrong. Swear to God, right? And my crimes were getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
And then, I mean, that one drink led to a series of everyday crimes, to me transporting X amount across the USA
Yeah.
to get this amount of this.
Yeah.
And I remember no amount, just like no amount was making me happy.
Absolutely.
I was miserable. My leg was falling off.
I remember that.
My leg was falling off. It was terrible. It was terrible.
You were doing
Thankfully, somebody helped me. Two people helped me, they made me go to the hospital. I mean, under threat too. They said that like they were gonna send paramedics to where I was at, and I'm like, God,
no
I
shit.
should have never told you where I was.
No.
But I was hallucinating. I was talking to my dead kid's mom, or to my kid's dead mom.
Yeah.
I was like listening. I was hearing her voice crystal clear, and I wasn't telling anybody.
Yeah.
I was in a psychosis.
Yeah.
And by the time I got to the hospital, I was at the end of a over a year fentanyl run, whatever they call heroin nowadays.
Right.
Cocaine, meth, and 2 months of like DMT, all that off of one drink. Normal people don't act like that.
No. I like to believe that.
Normal people don't act like that. You know? And and there was just all these signs. My higher power, I can look back and see all these signs where like he was trying to get me back here, and thankfully, I made it back. I want to fast forward to me getting back into the work, because I know that this program works no matter what. Like it like repaired a completely broken dude that is willing to like die for this drug, no matter what the cost, no matter who gets hurt, no matter what happens, to having a badass life, and
Right.
and then I messed it up, I used and I suffered through that, and I came back. Now what? Right.
Right.
I knew the second I had clarity, I didn't want to be strung out on Suboxone. I didn't want to do that every day, but
Yeah.
just a ritual, So I did Suboxone for 10 days and I got on the shot.
Oh, no shit.
So I didn't have to do anything. Now I didn't want to be strung out on this once a month shot either. Like, what are you guys putting in me? But like, thank you,
Yeah.
But I'm not going to follow whatever. I don't like following rules, but like, I didn't want to be on this shot forever either. So I took 4 months worth of a shot, and I just didn't make it to my last appointment. And that was
Really?
I don't know, ballpark, I think maybe October. Wow, it's almost been a year.
No shit.
It's almost been a year. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but the second I had clarity, I knew exactly what I had to do. I got a new sponsor.
Mhm.
I changed everything up. I got right into the work. My whole time at the Freedom Ranch, those people, are amazing. But everyone is like, I knew what I had to fucking do.
Right.
I had to get into the work. So yeah, I told my sponsor, give me any assignment, anything, I'll fucking handle it. And I handled it. Bam, 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 bam. Right.
Right.
By the time I got out, I was on my 7th step.
Okay.
6 and 7,
7.
And then in the sober living, I did the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. And I handled it, and life has had its ups and downs.
Right.
I've walked through lots of changes, and like my daughter, like getting clean.
Yeah.
And like the fear of her dying, and the fear of her relapsing just one time and fucking dying. And she's such an amazing soul.
Yeah.
So amazing, right? She blows my mind all the time. And then her getting pregnant while she's on truck, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Heartbreak.
it's almost like a repeat of my life.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, how do I save her? But like, that's the thing, is that I can't save you.
Right.
I can want it and I can try to control every little thing, but at the end of the day, she has her own higher power. We all have our own higher power. And I just doubled down on the meetings. I doubled down on like switching up meetings, finding a home meeting.
Yeah.
And like, God continued to put new people in my life and like remove other ones,
Yeah.
Now I currently, I have 15 or 16 months
Really?
clean right now. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yep.
Hell yes.
Yep. And I don't change the recipe. I don't change the ingredients of what I got to do every week,
Yeah.
I don't talk to anybody out there that's like using
Good.
nobody, unless they want to meet on like super neutral ground, like a meeting, like I can't be around.
Right. Founders.
And I've been blessed with amazing people. My higher power continues to surprise me. To surprise me. I really dialed in my integrity on every aspect of my life.
Right.
It's like also part of my like spiritual practice.
Yeah.
To show up when I can.
Right.
To all areas of my life, work, friendships, relationships, this, that, just to have full integrity and just be fully present in like whatever I do without trying to stretch myself too thin. And it has brought me a lot of peace, a lot of balance, but it took a second because my God kept trying to like course correct me, but I kept fighting the resistance. And I kept trying to go down this path because I thought like this was what I wanted, but he kept trying to like get me out of that path. God will do that,
Oh yeah.
and then seeing you again, like,
Yeah, they're
like a lot of the same people that are like still around,
Yeah.
I needed to see that.
absolutely.
I needed to see you again.
Yeah.
And you really looked out for me when
Yeah.
I first came back. I still use that towel.
Ah, yes, the Volcano Beach Tower. I love that. It was a trip. Seeing you go out, because you were like really my first friend that I met in recovery, and I really looked up to you, and I seen, like seeing go out, but like I was like almost like, oh my God, like how is he gonna come back? Because I know you're the real deal. Like your wheels fall out, every wheel. And I was like, oh man, I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know, is it gonna be prison? Is it gonna be, you know what I mean? Something like, hospital, which I guess was kind of what it was too. But
Thank God.
but I was so, and seeing you like, under the influence, but you're still like going to meetings, still trying, there was like a part of you, that was like, I still want to do this, and I admired that, because that was something that, I wouldn't be able to do. I'm just gonna fuck off and want to die in some hole. So I really did admire you trying. At least, there was a part of you that wanted it, and I remember when we went to that show and seeing you,
Oh, the subhumans?
yeah, no, it was, yeah, Sylvia, but yes, you got me a ticket the first time I went, and then I got you the second one.
Yeah.
And I knew you were on one, and I was like, by the way, I don't care. I want to see Chad. I want to give him this. I want to give him back what he gave to me. And then there was the other one. We were at the Till 2. I don't remember.
Oh God, where I went out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You fell. You stumbled.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they wanted me to dark can you, and I was like, like he's still awake. I mean, he's not fully out yet.
I looked at you. I'm like, please don't do that.
Yeah. I remember. Don't
Don't listen to them.
Don't listen. Don't dark can me.
But the disease, though,
Yeah. And seeing it come back, dude, it really made me fucking happy, dude. It made me like so fucking grateful. You know what I mean? That God fucking gave you a chance and you took it. That's the important part. You know, we all get little chances here and there.
Yeah.
And so many of us will fuck it off.
The disease is real. The disease is like totally real. You know, I have no doubt about that. I don't let it creep back in through any way. Like that's where my full integrity in every area of my life comes in at.
Yeah.
Because it's like in like recovery, I've learned that we build this armor, this really strong armor to like protect us against the world or this disease.
Yeah.
And it's hard to let when you work an honest program, we all get this armor, and it's like those like little areas where one of my character defects comes out. It's like I get these little cracks in my fucking armor if I do this one thing that like might be against the law, or like who knows. Like I try and I'm kind to everybody and I'm genuine about it, you know, and I mean that doesn't take practice. Like I'm genuinely happy to see you know, I'm genuinely happy to see people, and it's like, and I know how to be social, but I am actually truthfully a super antisocial person.
Yeah.
But I know how to like, I know like I'll gravitate to people that I know.
Yeah.
Or like, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Like if I see you anywhere, you know,
For sure.
hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, yeah, right.
Gravitate to.
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know, like, you know, but the disease is totally real, and it's like, oh man, if I don't even like talking like this, because like I don't ever talk like this, but I wanted to make it known,
Right.
that if something ever happens to me again and I slip, someone needs to if you're my friend, you need to hit me with your car or something and get me to the hospital so I can just get any kind of clarity. That's the only hope I have. Oh, if you care about me, hit me with your car going like 25.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
something solid, you know,
speed.
enough, you know. And it's just and tie me up, and but no, but that's how bad. So I currently don't change the recipe. I continue to have a sponsor. I just talked to him today, but I don't want to act like I talk to him all the time.
Right.
But like because I believe that I'm a little low maintenance.
Sure.
You know, but
Right.
but I have sponsees. I have a home meeting. I hit at least 2 meetings a week, sometimes 3.
Okay. Good routine.
I have really amazing people in my life.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I have some amazing friends, and it's like sometimes in life there's hard decisions that need to be made, you know? And I try to just be guided by the powers that be. I try to, you know, I meditate, I throw prayers out into the universe, not asking for anything specific.
Right.
You know, because I just really just ask for happiness and his guidance, and like I believe that my higher power talks to me through you,
Right.
through him, through her, through anybody, you know, through everybody.
Right.
And the more that I'm in full alignment with integrity and with honesty and with open-mindedness when it comes to anything, the more able I am to get that direct contact with my higher power. Otherwise, it'll start to, the road will get narrow, and my defects spiral. Like they are a domino effect.
Yeah.
So I'm doing really good in life right now. Finally, I mean, I have a legit vehicle.
Yeah.
That's registered.
Nice.
Has insurance.
And it's under your name.
I have a license. It's actually under my name.
Yeah.
Right. Areas where I can tighten up in. You know, I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm doing really good right now because I had to stop a lot of. I had to really just like tighten up my ship, and it's bringing it back to basics. It's such a cliche, but it's so important for me. where I will have my energy in all types of places and just be spread super thin. And it's like, and if something goes wrong somewhere, like I get overwhelmed, da, 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 da. So I try to just keep it with the basics, keep it with the basics. And
Yeah.
it's been one hell of a journey. And then I see you.
Yeah.
Then I see you, right? Like since the day I met you, like where you have taken this.
Yeah. Right.
Blows my mind. There's
Right.
your higher power written all over it,
Yeah.
You have so many people that fucking love you and like love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you turned an idea into a movement, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Into a movement, bro. Not just a clothing company.
Yeah.
Into a movement,
Right. No, yeah.
into a movement, bro. And that that helps me so much.
Fuck yeah.
To keep that torch alive with how much time you have to show like how you still participate in like your recovery.
Yeah.
Nothing goes unnoticed with me,
Yeah. No. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the same way. I don't go by really what people say as much as what they do.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their actions speak much more louder.
Yeah.
And for me, like I felt like, ashamed and lived in fear in my sobriety too. And when I actually decided to actually do the thing again, instead of just showing up to a meeting and socialize and then just fucking dip out and just fucking kind of just do the same shit. But I actually do practice what they're teaching us, it is such a fucking game changer. And that's what it's what I needed, coming back, because I don't want to just be like this fucking poser, this poser just talking
Yeah.
this big game, and then like everything's good, like I got a place, I got a car, I got a job, like everything's straight, like, but really just fucking can't stand the person I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm not living with full integrity. I'm living on self-will,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
when we live a clean life, like a totally full and total alignment, I've noticed that like when something is like out of place, we feel it.
Yeah. Fully.
When like we're using misdirection over here or manipulation over here or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Like it's heavy on us because we live such a clean life. I live such a clean life that I feel it right away, and I know that my disease wants to like say, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're not perfect or whatever that says, I used to run around thinking that like, I used to believe with how much time I've had to do for the crimes that I've been caught for.
Right.
I used to run with you want to talk about restitution. Society owes me so much restitution. I used to think like that. I think like, man, these fuckers owe me.
Yes.
Every gas station, every store, you guys owe me.
They all owe you for sure.
For my drug addiction. What's wrong with me? What the hell is wrong with you? But yeah, like seeing, I sometimes wonder, like, you do so much service.
Yeah.
Are so much service, and like you help so many people out that sometimes I wonder how you stay afloat, But that's because your God's got you.
Yeah.
Your higher power's got you, and you keep putting in. It's crazy. The more I've realized, I don't know about you, but like the more I put into my recovery, the better my life is. I'm on this whole new trip right now, where like the better that my life gets, the more I want to play into my recovery. It's like I'm like chasing this because I know how it works. And it's so weird that like how like the better that my life is, like I swear to. So like today, 2 days ago, I'm on a second round of steps right now because I went through a big life thing a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my sponsor, hey, I know that we just got done,
Yeah.
but I want to do another round again right now. Because I have a whole new list of this and that. And
Sure.
I just know that I should be just getting back into the work, just to keep the momentum going, And it's like the more that I put in, the more greater my life is, and the more blessed that I get, the more I want to put in. It's really crazy. God, I wish I could take this video right here and like play it to myself back when I was using. I'd be sitting there just going, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, right.
That's the miracle.
Right.
That's the miracle. That's the miracle. You know.
I know, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. You know, I would not like to listen to any of my fucking podcasts if I was strung out. I'd be like, what? But the fun part is getting fucked up and just not going to jail. You know, like that whole delusional.
Yeah, delusional.
You know what I mean? But fuck, dude, I'm so fucking glad I all the time. You know what I mean? I think about like how I was, my mentality, how fucking sick I was, and I almost don't recognize that person. You know what I mean? I fucking was so insanely in love with the fucking heroin, and I was so romanticizing the lifestyle of the junkie. Just
Yeah.
anything else. You know what I mean? Like hope and just like any sort of like good positive thing, I'd just be like, fuck all that, man. Just
Yeah.
and that's and I don't recognize that person anymore, and that's only because of God, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not an ultra religious person, but I do believe like there was something
For sure.
out there that,
There has to be.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
that took me out of that. And it's it's honestly, it is because of this old 100-year-old program that helped out millions of people, and it helped me and saved me, and I'm forever grateful for it.
Totally. I most definitely, and what's crazy is that I just came back 15 months ago from that relapse,
Yeah.
and sitting here right now, when you said that like you don't recognize that person, you barely recognize that person.
Barely.
Like this program works so well if you do it honestly with open-mindedness and get into action. It works so well that I barely recognize that person too. I barely do. And out there, I was even doing my best thinking, and my best thinking out there is a lot different than what my best thinking is right now.
Absolutely right.
And it's like, yeah, doomed and hopeless and yeah, I'm very lucky to not have any cases right now. Very lucky.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I mean, I'm so fucking happy, dude, that everything worked out for you. Like, you know what I mean? It was definitely rocky, but I mean, you came out of that, out of that end, like, so like, clean, and just like, like I feel like, your comeback is even stronger.
Yeah.
This time around than it was when I met you.
I believe so too. And if anyone new is like listening to this right now, I want to, for some reason, it's like coming into my brain. I want to just express that, like, if you try to get clean, I tried to get clean twice while I was out there this last time. And I had a really good crime that I could do and like get away with it.
Yeah.
And each time when I was kicking in a detox, that was in my head. Like, the second I get out of here, I'll be okay. Cause I got this, this reservation.
Right.
And that one reservation, my sobriety probably lasted a day and a half.
Right.
I did that crime 2 or 3 times, and boom, I was already using again. So it's like, and then I tried again because my truck broke down, a one that I just bought.
Mm-hmm.
God intervening again,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, that's it. Okay, I gotta stop. So I went to, I did a fucking detox just to people please and to also get right.
Yeah.
But I got that one hustle, so I tried it again, and the same thing happened again. So it's like, if you're new, if you come in here, I really hope that like they're just ready to just let go and just trust.
Yeah.
trust. I mean, there's been millions, not hundreds, not thousands, but millions of people from all different walks of life, no matter where you come from, no matter what language you speak, no matter what trauma you've been through, that have amazing lives now because they let everything go when they got clean. You know, old people, that's a big one. Old friends, letting go of that. That's a huge one,
It is.
Thank God my first rehab didn't let us have our phones.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because who do I know? People that use. That's all I knew back then,
Right.
And it was just probably just a few text messages away from you, not getting to have a badass life,
Right. I feel you on that one.
and then going to meetings and like seeing people like you and like all the other fellas,
Yeah.
I mean, male, female, it doesn't matter. There's hope for like people here, and it's like I continue to not push it on the people, but I continue to just represent.
Okay. Absolutely. Because I know you a lot of people you used with got clean,
Yeah,
and I know that was like
yeah, that really helped me. James and Layla.
yeah.
I'll say their names.
Yeah.
I've known them for eternity. But other people like Amanda and a lot of people, we see each other and like there's this instant like, that's so rad,
Mhm.
and it's like that helped me. That helped me get clean the first time, was like seeing people like them, because I think our disease wants to keep us separate.
Sure.
It wants to isolate us. It wants us to think that we're terminally unique, that like we can't be saved,
Right.
because you don't know what I've been through and
Right.
whatever the hell,
Yeah.
And it's like me seeing. First, you have to apply yourself, go to meetings, but I would see them and I'd be like, oh wow, so they're actually fucking doing this. I'll never forget it. I had 6 months and I went over to James Head's house.
Yeah.
I said his last name. Sorry, my bad, bro.
Sorry.
He's not tripping. And like I sat in his backyard and he had a few years and I'm like, so you don't do anything?
Yeah.
Like nothing?
I don't know.
Like nothing?
Yeah.
And then he's all, no, bro, I don't do anything. I'm like, you don't even take a couple hits? Nothing?
Yeah.
And he's all, for reals, nothing. I'm all right. He would never lie to me, so
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
okay, and it's like, I don't know. My life turned into getting that meeting slip signed
Yeah.
into I can't wait to go to this next meeting. And like even I go to meetings even when I don't want to go to a meeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that's the best time.
Sometimes that's the best time. You notice that?
Yeah.
And I never leave going, I knew I shouldn't have came.
Yeah.
I never leave.
Yeah.
I'm always happy that I went.
My day got so much worse.
Oh my God. Yeah, never, And then never. I think a lot of people struggle with their higher powers.
Yeah. And I understand that struggle.
Me too. I mean, we have many friends that have this faith, that faith,
Sure.
this belief, that belief, a different belief, and I think it's awesome that like people found their way, that people find their way,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people struggle with just the concept of like, I don't know. A lot of people come from a lot of different backgrounds. Me, my first thing against God was I had gotten assaulted. Well, I had gotten assaulted in a juvenile hall.
Yeah.
And then I got charged and I got really beat up by like the staff there.
Yeah.
And I got thrown into a room and told that like a nurse will be like, come and see me.
Yeah.
And a nurse didn't come for 30 days. They were trying to keep me out of the limelight because my face is so beat up and my hair was coming out, my long hair.
Yeah.
They had really messed me up, right?
Yeah.
My arms could like barely move because they had twisted them so much.
Yeah.
And then they charged me and they stuck me in a room. And in that room, I went crazy. The only thing that they gave me to read was a Bible. wow. And I'm like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
You
Right.
like, how dare you? You know, this is the hand you want to give me? You know, my sister dies, my dad dies, my, you know, this household that I grew up in, and now you want to do this, and then you want to give me your book?
Yeah, you want to give me the book, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, but having that resentment, having that, you know, having any kind of ill feelings towards it, just acknowledges the fact that something is out there.
There is something.
That like there is something, you know. If I'm mad at something, then it is proof that there's something out there to be mad at. So you know, but that's everyone else's journey, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't really bring up this topic a lot in like meetings because I don't want to ever accidentally cause any kind of separation.
Absolutely.
You know, but I know that if people go through the steps, they will find a higher power. They will find that they will realize that something's been there.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so too.
you know,
I think so too. When you get out of self
when you get out of
a
self,
little bit, just a little.
just a little bit, open-mindedness.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
That's something that doesn't get brought up very often, but
totally.
it can be a big game changer.
But I think everyone has like evidence in their life, like a close call, near deaths,
Oh yeah.
this or that, where like it just cannot be explained
Right.
other than something working in my favor,
I agree with that.
you know?
I 100% agree with that. So, what are your plans for the future, dude?
Plans for the future.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, I know my higher powers got better plans for me than I could ever imagine for myself.
Yeah.
Right now I'm really focusing on just work and just and just freedom, just enjoying the people that I have in my life. Just really trying to be able to always be able to be there for my kids.
Yeah.
Continuing that like relationship, even though my daughter's 28, almost 29, and like she has a definite mind of her own.
Yeah.
You know, but I tried to always just be the parent that I never had.
Right.
You know, and also be careful who I allow back in my life. You know, there's
True.
bad energies, negative energies. You know, I don't know. We are who we hang out with. You know,
You're right. That's that true.
we are who we hang out with, and I hang out with a bunch of amazing people. You know, when I hang out.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. No. Absolute power in the community.
yeah. Yeah. My girlfriend and I started this shirt company.
Oh, Dad. That's what I was about to ask. Is that your shirt?
Everybody's sick.
Yeah. Sick.
And seeing where that goes,
Nice, dude.
we have our first order in, and
Really?
whoever wants to support, you know, because everybody's sick, you know it.
Everyone's sick.
Everyone's sick.
Everybody's sick.
Like it or not,
physically, mentally, spiritually.
somewhere along the line.
Somewhere along the line.
You know, but yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what God has in store for me next.
Oh, dude, that's right.
Yeah, really looking forward. I know that I try not to allow myself to get there's always room to grow, and the more I grow, the more the world opens up.
I believe in that too.
The more open-minded I am, the more bigger my world gets.
Yeah.
You know, and the less judgmental that I am, the freer I am.
Okay, dude.
So I just roll like that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, your world's huge, dude. Like, I got to glimpse at it quite a bit, and it's like you have like so many amazing people in your life, man, and it's really awesome to see you gravitate towards it, and just separate yourself from the old Chad and becoming this person that I met and is continuing to grow, dude. It's a fucking awesome process to witness.
Thanks, bro.
It really is, dude. It really is, dude. And I wanted to, when you got out of rehab, I'm like, I'm putting Chad on the podcast. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then, and to see you still do good, man, and do this follow up, man, like it's fucking awesome.
Life
man.
is amazing right now.
It's fucking awesome.
Life is amazing. I am on this like this high right now, this like this level where I haven't been before.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see where it goes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Like I said, I got nothing but love and respect for you, dude. You're like such a fucking amazing fucking person in my life, man, and I have nothing but like fucking gratitude, dude. Seriously. And yeah, like I've been doing this, for 12 years now, man. It's so rare for me to like find somebody, that I really truly have like utmost love and respect for. And you're one of them, bro. I fucking appreciate you, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Really do.
How about you? What are your plans? You surprise the hell out of me all the time.
Woo.
I think that like you've reached your thing, you boom with this other thing.
Yeah. Man, that's a good one.
Your party was cool.
Let me see. Well, I'm already like, it's weird because like, I don't really have like a master plan. That's the thing. I don't like when I started the podcast, it was supposed to be just like 12 episodes. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was supposed to be like just a little mini series. And then I was like, gonna wrap it up and just, move on to something else. And then, so many people reached out, so many people want to be on, so many people love it, and I was like, okay, let's keep it going. And then it became almost, it's like 178 episodes now,
etched in time forever.
Yeah. So I mean, that alone is just something I didn't expect. I mean, even like the t-shirts, like themselves, like that was supposed to be just a box, like I made it.
No shit.
Yeah, I made it on well, there were stickers. There were stickers, and everyone was like, "Oh, cool, cool," and I'm just giving it out for free. I didn't make a damn dollar out of it.
Yeah.
And then I ordered
punk rock, dude.
Yeah,
that was so rad.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then when it was and so what's funny too is that it was like my best friend's heavenly birthday, and it was all kind of just focused on that. It was like a whole thing we were doing for him, and the Fuck Fentanyl was just like a little side project that I was doing. It was like just like totally like it was like not priority, but it was something that I was like, this is cool, let's do it. And so I did it on his birthday. We placed the first order, 20 shirts, and then it just became this little global sensation, dude. Yeah, and I don't know how else to explain it really. And then I just keep going from there. And then I'm also doing the drug and alcohol counseling thing, which was never like something it was like a dream I had when I was in early recovery, but I just kind of was like, I wouldn't be that good, or like I had already developed a mentality of just kind of dialing in my recovery anyways.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't be good at giving people advice if I myself am just like not doing the thing. So when I did start coming back into the rooms and I started to most importantly work on myself again, I was like, you know what? Let me just try it out and let me do it. And been doing that for 2 years, and I'm still like, it's a hit and miss thing for me.
Yeah.
It's its own beast. Not a
burnout that comes along with it.
It's a burnout. It is.
There's a burnout. Yeah.
So I'm currently just, I'm giving that a whirl and see, how much am I really gonna be committed to it? But I have enjoyed it, for the ride as far as from when I started to where I am right now. And Fuck Fentanyl is, God, dude, like, I don't know how else, I mean, it'll go. Like, I wish I had like some sort of crystal ball, dude. I wouldn't, dude, like, I mean, we just said it yesterday, like we went from fucking slamming fucking dope.
Yeah. We went from like slamming dope to like selling our soul to like being at a Viking wedding.
We'd be at a Viking wedding. Like, how do I predict that, dude? There's no way.
Powers that be has bigger plans.
Power to be. So I mean, yeah, dude. So I'm just gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna just keep working on myself.
Yeah.
That's my priority. I wanna, just keep growing, like how you were saying it. And I just wanna like, be there, and it is one of my defects is that, I don't make time for everything. I do what I can.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to be more present, to my family and more present to the ones that have been close to me. And I'm getting better at it,
Yeah.
because it's just like I have that drive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. But that's one of my things I'm working on particularly.
One question that I wanted to ask you that I've been meaning to ask you, right?
Yeah.
Is how was that dry spell?
The dry spell.
Before when I met you, you had just came back from a couple year dry spell.
Yeah, no, it was a while. I actually was just talking to somebody about this. I don't remember who, and it was recently though. So the dry spell, for the most part, I felt like was normal. Like I felt like I'm not sticking a needle in my arm. I'm working. I'm doing what I gotta do. But I am unhappy with some aspects of my life. And, I definitely would act in addict behaviors. And it was like this weird, like I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but there was just something inside me, like eating me. And it felt normal. I just, as long as I just don't pick up, I'm doing good. I'm winning. And it wasn't necessarily true. There was a couple times where I've had like mental health, and it was actually during COVID. I was starting to remember this very vividly. I was having a little bit of a SI. I wanted I was really depressed, and I just wanted to do myself in type thinking. Never took action for it.
Yeah.
But just that feeling, and being like not wanting to do anything, just staying in bed and all that type of shit. And the thing that helped me through it was actually Phil. Whenever I talked to him, it was just like a little spell, of us just talking and like how we used to and all that. And then, so when he died, it was like all those feelings and all the guilt and shame, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like it fucking squashed me. And that's when it was becoming unbearable. Like I know there was grieving in it, you know what I mean? Like I'm by myself, I'm crying and all that shit. But there was like, so all that like dialed in stuff that I was able to do for years and years that felt normal, like that died. It just completely died. It was like kind of like how we are in our addiction and we have like denial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You convince yourself that it's good. It's good. But really, like deep down, there is that.
So you had to come back before you went crazy.
Yes. Yeah, dude. So, I share pretty openly about it. You know what I mean? Like you can live in the disease and still, and be so, you can be miserable. You can be, homicidal, suicidal. You can, it's not the dope. It's you. And that was something that I had to come to terms with. And, that him dying was devastating, dude, but it was what I needed. It was what I needed, because if let's just say he's still alive and doing his thing, I'd still be feeling this, like unbearable pain, that, all that weight carrying me around. So, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, dude. But that's my question. That's my answer right there, sir. I love you, dude.
I love you too, bro.
I appreciate you so much, man.
Thank you
Nothing but
for
respect.
having me here.
And everybody get this Everybody's Sick shirt. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Woo, fuck fentanyl.